Coming up, the Vikings and Chargers square off for just the 14th time since 1970. LA looks to even the series at 7 wins apiece. It's Week 10, and it's next.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Herbert setting up to throw on first down. And complete right side to Cook. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. There are the numbers for Cook from a week ago. 5 catches, 68 yards, and a touchdown.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against. They're in the top 10 in the league against the pass, and you and I both know there's not much difference between 1 and 10.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first. They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Chargers, first down. They'll run here with Eckler. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 3 to go. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. Oh, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Taking it about the 1. Oh, good-looking return set up here. And a pretty slick return there. Almost got it to the 45. Officially, they'll call it down at the 44. So here come the Vikings as they get set for their first drive. They'll be led out by the rookie 3rd-round pick from Texas A&M. It's Kellen Mond. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Eluding the pressure right. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And picked up by the Chargers. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. And that play just looked a little helter-skelter from the start. That's the risk as a quarterback. Once you take off with that football, you might fumble it, and he did.
And he was going for the reward, which is gaining yardage, breaking down the defense. But you're right about the risk. Always lurking out there, someone always trying to get to the football. Try to find a place to cover up and slide and protect what you've earned.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. And his throw's going to be incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. For whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
Give them 12 yards there, and the Chargers have a 1st down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On 1st down, it's Herbert. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. That catch good for only a couple.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Play action. It's Herbert. And this is Cook with the ground. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Justin Herbert looking comfortable here in season number 2. He looked comfortable in season number 1 for that matter. But what's the game plan for defending and trying to limit him?
Oh, you've asked a really difficult question there because you're right. Year 1, he looked like a 5-7-year veteran, and he's only going to continue to get better. But with a guy who throws such a pretty ball and has such a great arm, throwing the long ball has got to be a blast for him. He wants to push the ball downfield. Doesn't mean he can't make all the other throws, but I want to take those away first and make him beat me by being accurate and dinking and dunking all the way downfield.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on third down. Draw play, it's Eckler. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on third down. On 1st and 10, Herbert. That's into the hands of Eckler. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Herbert's throw taken in by Cook. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. To throw again on 2nd down. Herbert. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Dalvin Tomlinson. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
For Keenan Allen, that's complete. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that'll make it 6-0 here in the first. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time they coughed it up. Led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive with a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
And now the throw here is incomplete, and with that, we come to the end of the first quarter of play. 6-0 our score after 1. Dances by him. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Austin Eckler and the Charger offense reclaim center stage. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success at least so far here in the second quarter. Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Herbert on first down now. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
On 2nd and 10, Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed? Were they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we wondered just how good is this team? They want to be consistent in their play. Not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Michael Davis. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses in those court.
And, he caught it up. And this belongs to the Vikings. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all in. And now before the ball changes hands. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And that will bump up the lead again to 12-0. So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they have, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
And good coverage there on special teams as he'll get him down shy of the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they are back down to the 500 mark after 2 straight losses. And, Charles, this is a team that, to be frank, their play has really dropped off the last couple of weeks.
And, Brandon, I think there's a sense around the building that they can't let this losing streak get any worse than it is. Because if they were to lose here and fall below 500, then you're playing catch-up the rest of the way. They've got to take a stand and make it stop right now.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, Mond. Under pressure is Mond, and he'll go down. Eugenic and Wosu got the sack there. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in his first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket.
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, 79 yards. And the Vikings are able to make this a close game again. Folk connects on the extra point, and this is back to a 5-point game. Just a 4-play drive that time, and it's polished off by a Viking score. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And we see James, he will now return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Austin Eckler and the Charger offense reclaims center stage. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
First down, and they stick with Eckler. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
Got a man, that's Richie James. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the first down in the process. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 34. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
12 more yards there and another first down. Here's Herbert. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Back to throw here, Herbert. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that second touchdown now.
Mond's throw complete there to Johnson.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
Mond going to throw it.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Campbell. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44.
7 yards, the pickup there.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Under pressure is Mond, and he'll go down.
Joey Bosa has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. Here's Jordan Berry now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well.
James now to return it.
It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
The Charger drive about to get going. And with an 8-point lead, probably not too much of an impetus to try and do too much here.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And not much happening there as he'll get it back to the line of scrimmage and no more. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10.
Herbert on the option. He's going to run with it.
And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Let's take it at around the 40. So we have reached halftime. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime.
Both these teams, no doubt, making their final halftime adjustments as we speak. And for the call of the second half, we get it back out to Brandon Gutton and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half.
Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Or paraphrasing the goal hockey-winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And the lead is up to 15 now. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Taken in at the 3. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. That ball caught by Campbell. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 25 yards that time. Mon looks to throw. Setting up the screen for Cook. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. On 2nd down now. It's Cook. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Charles, when you talk about free safeties, I think one word comes to mind, range. And we saw an example of a rangy free safety right there.
Sliding out of the pocket. It's caught. Smith. All that for a 2-yard gain. 2nd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Gun, here's Mon. They're going for Jefferson downfield.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. This one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
On the ground, it's Eckler. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Throwing on 2nd and 8.
Herbert. And he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. A 40-yard punt, no return. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10.
Minnesota now ready for their next possession.
And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
2 yards the loss. 2nd and 12.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
On 2nd and 12, Mon. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion.
That's a big gainer on that play. And from experience, I can tell you, that's where defensive backs will come into the huddle and say, guys, How about some pass rush? But you're going to say it nicely because those big guys up front, they don't like being criticized very much. Quarterbacks in this league, you know they'll pick you apart if you give them time like that to find receivers downfield.
11 more on that one and another first down. On the jet sweep, here comes Jefferson. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Joey Bosa, so strong, able to fight his way in there to make the play. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. Well, they tried to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down.
The passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And unable to connect. Incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
The Charger drive about to get going. They started on the ground with Eckler. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. On 2nd and 9, Herbert. And this is caught by Williams. And right around the 20, he'll head out of bounds. A Charger first there as Herbert finds Williams. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2. And it brings up 2nd down. 2nd down and 8.
It's 2nd and 8. That's a 22-yard line.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert. This is caught by Williams. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Catch number 44 on the year. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
A give, Eckler running to the right. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Herbert now. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Herbert.
Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. DJ Waddle drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
Here's J.K. Scott now, and that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for L.A. And taken right at the 35. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Back to the ground. This time Cook trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially nothing on that one. No gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Jerry Tillery coming in to drop him for a loss of 8. And it also brings up 4th. Here's Jordan Berry now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Now Eckler. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. And now time is called as we've got an injured Charger down there on the field. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. More from L.A. in a moment. Eckler, they run left side. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. Herbert. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for L.A. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. And they go play action here. Mon drops this off with Nwangu. That catch good for only a couple. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
Monstro there taken in by Smith. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Mon looks to throw on 1st down. And complete right side to Cook. And he goes out right around the 39. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the 1st. Mon now off of play action. They'll roll him out right. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 42. Out to his left. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Mon. He's going to get this one down to Cook. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 24-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. On 1st and 10, here's Mon. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the Chargers' 19-yard line.
They'll look to throw. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a 1st down. to throw again. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. On second and goal, Mond. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down. Third and goal. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And the Chargers will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They have to like the position that they are in. Fourth quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. Xavier Woods, a former Cowboy, in on the tackle. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here to have any hopes of winning this game.
As to you said big third down, I'd put the word big in capital letters here. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And he might have got this across midfield, not by much. They'll mark it down at the 49. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And that is very well done there as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line. Now, if you're a fan of punting, this game's for you. He's been out there quite a bit. That one maybe his best yet.
They certainly got his leg loose by now. It kind of reminds me of my college football coach, John Majors. He loved the punting game because he liked the positioning, the field position, and he loved to play defense.
Pass complete. It's Madison.
And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. 7 yards on the play, and it'll be a second down. Clock running, about to hit 90 seconds to go in the game. Throwing again on second down. Mond. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Derwin James with a pick. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. And not much running room. Down to the 32. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They got to get to the 23 here on third. Out of the gun, Herbert. It's caught on the right side, Williams. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column.
Herbert to a knee, and that should just about write it into this one.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've